Oh, hey, what's going on, dude?
How's it going?
How you doing, man?
This is my paycheck, man, but it looks low. I thought I worked 50 hours, but it looks like I'm only getting paid for 30.
Really?
Yeah.
What's going on there? Do you have any idea what's going on,
I
or?
have no idea how this payroll stuff works.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, the same things happen with me. I thought I worked 40 hours a week. I thought I was supposed to get overtime, but I didn't get anything done.
Shoot, what can we do to figure this out?
What's this?
Oh, a class on payrolls? Let's check it out.
Let's go check it out.
Hello and welcome to our presentation. I'm Ashley and this is CJ.
Hello, thank you for attending, everybody. I have a few questions to start off. Out of all of you guys, who here has had a job? We should see show of hands. Nice. How many of you have ever gotten paid less than you thought you would? Alright, today we're going to be going over reasons for that, including the Fair Labor Standards Act, taxes, and we have examples for each of these.
The Fair Labor Standards Act sets the baseline for all payroll laws. The first thing that the Fair Labor Standards Act does is set a federal minimum wage. The current federal minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. The state minimum wage in New Jersey right now is $7.25. However, it was just voted that it will be risen to $8.25 as of January 1st, 2014. There are three different types of pay structures: salary, hourly, and piece rate. Salary is a set annual rate that you will get paid monthly. Hourly is based off of a rate that you work an hour, and however many hours you work, you get paid that much. Piece rate is the total amount of weekly earnings divided by the amount of hours worked. There are two different types of workers, exempt and non-exempt. Overtime pay only applies to non-exempt employees. Examples of exempt employees are professional staff, teachers, babysitters, seasonal workers, and that's it.
Another aspect that goes into your paycheck is taxes. So a lot of people, when they begin working, they don't understand that there's different amounts taken out of your paycheck depending on what bracket you hit in the tax system and what your payroll is based on. Is it weekly? Is it bi-weekly? There's a chart that you can find on the New Jersey Treasury website, and they update it every time the taxes change, so you can go through and find exactly the amount taken out. For example, in New Jersey, if you make between $0 and $384 in a weekly basis, and that's how often you get paid by payroll, you only have 1.5% taken out of your paycheck for taxes. However, if you break that $384 mark, you end up having to pay an additional $5.76 and an extra 0.5% in taxes. And it also is different if you get paid on a biweekly basis. So instead of having the $384 mark, you have the $769 mark for the same 1.5% that goes to taxes. For example, if Joe works 10 hours in a pay period of 1 week for $10 an hour, you get paid $100 before tax, 10 times 10. However, you have to multiply 100 times 1.5%, so that's $1.50. So you would really be having a total paycheck of $98.50.
When solving payroll grievances, you have two different choices. You can either make a formal complaint or informal complaint. Informal complaints are when an employee talks to his first line supervisor and talk about the issue. Many companies use an open door policy to allow a psychological level of comfort for employees to discuss issues with other supervisors. So first thing is to talk to your first line supervisor to try and solve the issue. If the issue cannot be solved, the next thing to do is make a formal complaint. So making a formal complaint includes talking to your HR department or an outside agency, including the EEOC, the Department of Labor, or OSHA. In doing so, you want to collect as much evidence to support your facts or to support your issue. Next is to create a detailed list of what the issue is and send it to your HR department or the outside agency. From there, they will conclude with investigation or mediation into the issue. Hey, Wendy.
Hi, William. It's payday.
Hell yeah.
Guess how much I made this week?
Probably the same as me. I got $350.
I don't think so. Not
What do you
the
mean?
same as you. This week I made $500.
What? No way. This is unacceptable. This $500. We have the same job. Unacceptable.
Give me back my paycheck.
No, we're gonna go do something about this. Ashley.
Yes?
Ashley, why am I getting paid less than Wendy?
Wendy, do you want to come in and join our conversation?
Sure.
Okay.
Just calm down.
Okay, so what's the problem?
Well,
She's getting paid more because she's a girl.
Okay.
Listen, kid.
Okay, so you're just upset that there's a difference in wages,
Yes.
right?
We have the same job, but I'm getting paid $100 less than she is.
Okay, first of all, don't worry. You have the chance and the opportunity in our business to work up and have a higher paycheck. But you have to understand that Wendy's been here 3 years longer than you, and she graduated with a master's and not a bachelor's. So even though that this is your second year here, I understand that you're performing extremely well. She's got a little bit more experience, and that's why there's a wage difference. So you're able to work up in our company and have that same wage. But right now, that's why the difference. So if you're unhappy with it, I'm more than happy to work with you and see what we can do. But right now, that's what's going on.
All right. Well, I might have to make a formal complaint to HR about this.
Okay.
There's 3 main types of payroll that a company can use. Manual. In manual, they give out timesheets to the employees, and the employees have to manually, in there they have to fill out the timesheets, but here you have to trust that the employee is putting the right amount of hours. There's no way to keep track of it. Another way to do it is in-house computerized. And in-house computerized, everything is put into the computer where all the deductions, taxes, and everything are done with it. However, for a company, this can be more expensive because they have to buy the software and keep up with the software. They don't want to have to deal anything with the software, they just outsource it. They just outsource it to another company which takes care of all of this and gives the paychecks to the company to give to their employees.
Today I'll be focusing on why companies outsource. There are several main reasons for why companies outsource. The biggest reason companies outsource is cost. It is much cheaper to outsource to a company that does only payroll than to do it in-house. It is also time consuming. If you're running a business, you do not want to focus on payroll as well as running the business. So it is much easier to outsource to a company that only focuses on payroll that can do this. The third reason is safety. A company that focuses on only payroll keeps up to date with the laws. Laws are constantly changing in this ever-changing world. So, to outsource to a company that focuses on that would be much safer than to keep up with A, running your business, B, doing payroll yourself, and C, keeping up with those laws. In conclusion, it is much easier to outsource payroll. That is why companies outsource payroll. Okay. Some things to know about outsourcing. Even if you outsource your payroll to a company that does payroll services, the business outsourcing still has to keep payroll records up to a year in case of a possible court case. The second thing you must know is that even if there is a problem in payroll, even if company A outsources to company B, company A is still legally liable in the case of any payroll incidents. Legally. Man, this payroll stuff is hard work. Come in!
Hey, Max. We just hired 500 more people, so we need to put this right into the payroll immediately. Up to you. Good job, bud.
Oh my god, I don't have time for all this. I have 2 other projects I have to work on. This is ridiculous. I have an idea. Let's outsource!
So why does this matter as an HR representative? To me, working as an HR professional for a couple of years now, it's extremely important that you not only understand the laws, but you understand that the laws are constantly changing. If you don't realize that the federal minimum wage is changing in the next month to an additional $1, you could be breaking entire laws. You could be winding up in extremely expensive court cases, and you could ruin your career. On top of that, if you're not paying your employees correctly, they are going to give you a pain in the butt turnover rate, and you're not going to be able to keep them on staff. You need your employees to trust the payroll system and have ways to go about fixing problems. If there is a problem and it was unintentional, it's important that you quickly rectify it and have ways to hear what those problems are.
As an employee, I understand I have to pay taxes. I work hard for my money and still want every penny of everything I work for. So it's important to understand where all my money is actually going.
Well, and that's the end of our class. Does anybody have any other questions? Yes?
Are employers required to pay benefits?
No. Strictly saying, based on the federal laws, an employer is not required to pay any benefits that haven't been agreed upon as in a contract.
Thank you so much.
Thank you!
No problem.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, have a
Wait,
great
wait.
day.